Bienvenue à Montréal pour le dernier semaine de la série de Vincent tennis de home. 64 home même victoire et c'est tout même une victoire tout de autour de tournée de champions. De 48 home the tournament filament pour le champion et le centre de le grand tour de home à 26. So anyway, just to summarize, because of my poor French, I'm just saying welcome to the last week of the 2020 men's tournament. We're doing it in Montreal. We had, massive hiccups with this whole tour and all that, and the modern tour. We had a hiccup. So that's why Montreal is the last week instead of the other ones. But anyway, 64 guys. If you win this tournament, you move on to the tournament champions at the end of the year. That's simple as that. So we have two Canadians in here. There's one Canadian, Chapeau, but he's already won a tournament, so Chapeau can't compete. Nevertheless, we have 64 players. If you are in the top 8, you get a bye. So it's a 56-person tournament. I said 64. Whoopsies. 56. So yeah, you win this tournament, you'll be down to 48 men. All right. Alex de Minaur has to bye, and he will face Casper Ruud, who took down Misha Sharov, that is, in 3 sets. And of course, this is 2020. Casper Ruud was not as big as and no Yannick Sinner either, because I think he was too young. The 14th seed Feliciano Lopez beats his fellow Spaniard Paulo Andujar in straights. And Taylor Sandgren will move on. He beats share of Serbia in straights. The Iron seed Kyle Edmund. He beats Hurkacz 6-4, 6-4. Yeah, so Kyle Edmund did his job. And he will face off against Vucevic of Hungary, who beat Androssi of Argentina in 3 sets. Kyle Edmund. The 860 Pierre Hebert. He beats Lorenzi in 3 sets. So, well, Hebert wins. He'll get Henry Chung of Korea, who beat Lorenzi in 3 sets. The 4th seed Rublev will meet Barankas from Lithuania. He beats the German Martyrer in 3 sets. Yeah, everyone in that thing has a 3-tiered flag. So, yeah. Anyway, the 15th seed Verdasco, he beats Abu from Moldova, 6-4, 6-2. And he will face Sonego, who beats Barrera in 3 sets. The 12th seed Taylor Fritz beats Francis Tiafoe in 3 sets, so Fritz does his job. And it will be Greninours who will face Fritz. He beats Paulo Souza in 3 sets, winning by bagel. Ojeasim, the 5 seed, will not face his fellow Canadian. Vasek losing to Ugo Humbert. Big loss for Pospisil. Ojeasim will face Humbert. The 2 seed Jeremy Chardy will meet Germansov of Belarus, who beat the Italian Caruso in 3 sets. The 13th seed Stevie Johnson will beat Daniel Evans in 3 sets quite easily. And he'll meet Karlovic, who uses his aces to beat Uchiyama 7-6-6-3. A lot of people will probably be asking the question, do you allow Russians and Belarusians to make it? Yes. I'm not like banning them and all that. It's hard to do it. And besides, the major tennis tours do that. They just don't show their flags. The 11th seed Ramos Finolas will beat Gunazawan of India in straights. And it will be Lucas Puyol who will move on to face Ramos. He beats Haas in straights. The 8th seed Cuevas, he'll be waiting on an opponent, and it's Badin from England who beats Fezley from Czechia, who is not that long, javelin thrower. That's Leslie. The 3 seed Lajovic of Serbia will face Thompson of Australia, who beat Gojovic 6-4, 6-4. Guerin, the 16 seed, will beat Fabiano 7-5, 6-1. And he will face Menino from France, who beat Kopil in 3 sets. The 10 seed Seppi will beat Doskoy 6-4, 6-2. Alana and Tomic will move on to face Seppi. He gets Sukita. Oh, yeah. Itsukita-san. And the 7 seed Dimitrov, he will face Kranjanovic, who won the Battle of Serbia with Kajmanovic. No seed fell. Every seed completely won. So anyway, no battles of the wild cards. Anyway, the 1 seed Alex de Minaur went first, and he beats Casper Ruud 6-3, 7-5. Big win for him. And it will be Sandgren who will move on to the round of 16. He beats Felicio Lopez to take on de Minaur. Big win for Sandgren. The 6 seed Pierre Hebert will beat Chung to the delight of the Montreal crowd because, you know, he's a Frenchman. And it will be Edmund. It will be Edmund who will face Hebert. He beats Vucevic in 3. The 4 seed Rublev will beat Barankis in straights. And it will be Verdasco who will face Rublev. He beats Senegal in straights. The 5 seed Ojeosim, he will beat Humbert. Game revenge for him taking the other Canadian Chapel out. Not Chapel, Pospisil. And it will be Taylor Fritz who will face Ojeosim. He beats Grignors in straight. So only one wildcard guy left. The 2 seed Chardy will beat Jerbzanov to the delight of the Montreal crowd. Johnson beats Karlovic in 3 sets. So Johnson versus Chardy. The 8 seed Cuevas will lose to Bedin in 3 sets. And Poirier beats Ramos Vinales in straight sets. Bedin versus Poole. So one of those guys will be going to the quarterfinals in Montreal. Lajovic. He falls. He won the first set against James Thompson, but he falls 2 straight sets. So Lajovic is not going to qualify. Well, he can still qualify. There's like 40 weeks. There should be like 40 winners. The rest will be used based on wildcard criteria. And Guerin fell again. And Guerin fell to Menino. So big win for Menino or Thompson. Dimitrov swept Krajanovic 6-4, 6-2. And it will be Seppi who will face Dimitrov. He beats Tomic. So yeah, the wildcard matchups go first, of course. And it will be Puyol who will be moving on to the quarterfinals. He beats Bedin. And it will be Menino who will move on. He beats Thompson, so Canada's happy. Well, the French population is happy. They got 2 Frenchmen. They have 2 more left. And Taylor Sandgren, the other wildcard guy, he loses to de Minaur. Everyone else is just all seeding right now. Rublev for Dasco went next because of the French population. They wanted Hebert and Chardy's matches later. But yeah, Rublev beats Verdasco. Chardy, the 2 seed, will beat Stevie Johnson in straight, so he gets Puyol. So the right side of the bracket's almost all French. Seppi will face Menino. He beats Dimitrov. I think Dimitrov is the best seed. Yeah, Dimitrov's the best seed that has not won. So he'll have to get him through a wild card. So Seppi does his job against Menino. We'll have to face Menino. So France and Italy prove the right side of the bracket pair. Hebert will fall to Kyle Edmund. So Edmund faces de Minaur. It will be 4 nations on the left side because Australia, England, Russia, and it's guaranteed the US or Canada. It's the US. Fritz beats Ojeosim to face Rublev. And basically, any non-French tennis fan will be avoiding Montreal like the plague. The left side of the bracket, the first quarterfinals saw Edmund pull off the upset on de Minaur in 3 sets. So Kyle Edmund's now in the semifinals. He could move on. And it will be Rublev who will face Edmund. He beats Taylor Fritz in 3 sets. Seppi Menino goes next. And it will be Menino pulling out the upset over Seppi. So Menino will move on. So it's an all-French semifinal, which means we'll have a French finalist. And it will be Chardy who does the job. He beats Poyle. So now you got Edmund, Rublev, Menino, and Chardy. First semifinal sees Rublev pull it off. So Rublev is in the final. And it will be Chardy who does the job. So Rublev and Chardy, one of those guys will be automatically going to the 2020 men's thing, no matter what. Rublev, number 34 on the rankings, of course, if you went, and Chardy, number 25. So we'll see what happens. Rublev does have a win over Chardy. And that was in Stockholm, beating him 6-love, 6-3. Rublev, his rankings background, he had lost 3 semifinals. Well, New York, Stockholm, and the clay court championships. So week 1, he lost to Chapo in the semifinals. And then he went to the semis in Stockholm. After beating Chardy, he lost to Cespedes. And then last week, he went to the semifinals, but lost to Verdasco. So, got that. And now you got Chardy. His rankings break down. He's been to 2 finals, Adelaide and Bastad. So in Adelaide, he beat Kovalik, Kukushin, Chapo, and Opelka. At number 29, it looked good. Before losing to Batista Ogu. And then in Bastad, a couple weeks ago, well, last week he lost the quarters to Belishvili. But in Bastad, he beat Harrison, Fritz, Dimitrov, big win over Dimitrov, and Garin to face Pella at number 28. Yeah, to face Pella and then ended up losing in 5 sets. So Chardy had a chance. Well, he beat Jermasov, Johnson, Puyol, and Menino just to get this far. And we forgot to mention about who Rublev took out this time. Well, Rublev, to get to the final, he beat Barankis, Verdasco, Fritz, and Edmund to get this far. I don't know who's going to win.
Quiet please. Rublev to serve. First game.
Well, they're saying Rublev. They're saying Rublev will pull one out of the hat. We'll see.
Out! Love 15. 15 all. Out! 15-30. Out! 30 all. 40-30. Deuce. Out. Advantage. Chardy. Out. Deuce. Advantage. Chardy. Out. Game. Chardy. First game. $15 love. 15 all. 30-15. Out. 30 all. 40-30. Out. Out. Game. Chardy. Chardy leads 2 games to love. First set. Out. 15 love. 30 love, 30 15, 40 15,
Out.
40 30, deuce,
Out.
advantage, Rublev.
Out.
Game, Rublev. Jordy leads 2 games to 1, first set.
Out.
15 love, 15 all, 30 15,
Out.
40 15, 40 30, 'Game, Jordy. Jordy leads 3 games to 1, first set. 15 love, 15 all,
Out.
30 15,
Out.
40 15, 40 30, deuce, advantage, Rublev. Game, Rublev. Jordy leads 3 games to 2, first set. Fifteen love,
Out.
15 all,
Out.
15 30, 30 all,
Out.
40 30,
Out.
deuce, advantage, Jordy. Game, Jordy. Jordy leads 4 games to 2, first set.
Out.
Love 15,
Out.
love 30,
Out.
love 40, 15-40, 30-40, deuce,
Out.
advantage, Geordie, deuce, advantage, Rublev, deuce,
Out. Out.
advantage, Geordie, deuce,
Out.
advantage, Rublev, deuce, advantage, Rublev, game, Rublev, Geordie leads 4 games to 3, first set,
Out.
15-love, 15-all,
Out.
15-30,
Out.
30-all,
Out.
40-30, game, Geordie leads 5 games to 3, first set,
Out.
15-love,
Out.
15-all, 30-15, 40-15,
Out.
game, Rublev, Geordie leads 5 games to 4, first set,
Out.
15-love, 30-love,
Out. Out.
30-15, 30-all,
Out.
40-30,
Out.
game and first set, Geordie 6 games to 4.
Charlie wins the first set. And he lost the last set as he was up 2 sets to 1 as Rublev. Rublev crash. So it's Rublev day. So Rublev will move on. Charlie will have to hope for a wild card, but Rublev does his job and moves on to the tournament of champions. That one. For the final seasonal breakdown, Dimitrov in the top 30. He was number 7, but yet he didn't win. He went to three runner. He went to three. He was out 3 times runner up. So he went to 3 finals and went 0-3. Jeremy Chardy, number 15, is the second best guy who did not win a tournament. He went to 3 finals. That's pretty good. Fernando Verdasco, number 16, went to 2 finals. Alex de Minaur, number 20, did not even get to a final. He got knocked out 4 times in the semifinal phase. And the lowest guy to win a tournament is number 55, Lucas Poole. Oh, Poyle did win a tournament. He actually won a tournament? What tournament did he win? Oh, he won in Australia. I didn't even realize that. Okay, well, yeah, Lucas Poole would win. So, 32 men won at least one tournament. Federer won 4 of them, but yeah. So these 32 men will automatically qualify, and then they're going to add 16. I think, yeah, they'll add 16 wild cards to a 48-man tournament and all that to see what ends up happening, like the seeds and all that. So yeah, from 1 to 16. Yeah, I think the most amount of wins you get kind of gives you the higher seed and all that. But we'll see what happens in the grand scheme of things. Don't forget, we'll have the results show on who's in and who's out. Hey, I'm just having to do